Week 2 in the NFL, this is Uffsides. We take the 5 best games in the NFL and preview and pick them against the spread and end up giving you zero thoughtful analysis whatsoever. Let's kick things off with a 1 o'clock or 10 a.m. if you're on the West Coast. There's all sorts of time zones in the country now. The Patriots at Buffalo. Ooh, the Bills, after week 1, are already the sexy, fun team that we're ready to be disappointed by all year long. I can't help but feel that this is a game that Rex Ryan, the brash, lovable hero, is going to go up against Bill Belichick, the evil villain, who is going to stab him with the poison dagger before the game, and the Bills have to try to claw out a victory. What do you say?
I think the Bills are going to win this game. I think Marcel Darius is the best player on a defense that even without him dominated the Colts.
Let me ask you this, Alex. Who's going to be covering Rob Gronkowski?
Preston Brown, who I think can do a competent job. He does well on tight ends.
Preston Brown? You mean he's not busy at the sailing tournament? Preston Brown III? He doesn't appreciate the Patriots coming into his country club.
Even in boat shoes, he can still cover.
The line on this one is astonishingly a pick'em. As much as the Bills have my heart, my head says the Patriots have enough to eke this one out on the road.
Bills are going to win.
All right, we'll see. Another early game to watch. The San Francisco 49ers travel to Pittsburgh to face off against the Steelers. Niners coach Jim Tomsula is actually from a suburb of Pittsburgh, born and raised.
Good football coach, that Jimmy Tomsula.
Good football coach. Looks like the janitor that takes over as like the principal after the entire high school faculty gets the flu.
Jim Tomsula looks like he only bathes by being hosed off in the driveway.
Jim Tomsula owns his own bowling shoes.
Jim Tomsula looks like he's perpetually going to his second Thanksgiving dinner.
Looks like a New York City cab driver from 1982.
Jimmy Tomsula looks like he vacations in Newark.
Jim Tomsula looks like the kind of guy that says, "Oh, I sweat when I get nervous."
Take it easy on old Jimmy.
Jim Tomsula was conceived when Stan Van Gundy a meatball sandwich.
Sorry, your coach is the abusive father in a Lifetime original movie.
And a bit character from King of Queens.
Jim Tomsula looks like a plumber on a first date.
Jim Tomsula literally was a janitor. That one's not a joke. There's no way that his favorite meal is not just a wheel of cheese.
If you're a single mom who smokes and works as a waitress, Jim Tomsula will be your boyfriend. San Francisco Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Woo! Line is Steelers by 5.5. I'll take the Niners, why not?
Yeah, I hope the Niners win. They'll win.
Shut up, Alex.
Late Sunday, we've got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to Philadelphia. Two teams that had very, very interesting ends to their week 1 games. Cowboys, of course.
They won.
Benefiting from just a little bit of clock mismanagement from the Giants, whereas the Eagles missed a 44-yard field goal that would have given them the lead with 2.5 minutes left. Chip Kelly may never kick another field goal again, or rather choose to kick. He's actually not the kicker for the team. Hey, Byron Maxwell is probably the happiest person about Des Bryant's injury. Monday Night Football, he was targeted 11 times, 10 completions, 179 yards. $63 million contract, looking a little less sexy after week 1. Of course, Julio Jones among the best in the game, so thank your lucky stars. You're getting Cole Beasley and Terrence Williams this week. Terrence Williams breaks a bone in his hand every time he catches a football.
It's hard, man. Romo's slinging them. I wouldn't want to catch that.
The Eagles are probably better than our impression of their loss in Atlanta. I think the Cowboys are also better than they showed in their week 1 game, too. Eagles, of course, much better on defense than the Giants. However, I also think they'll be better on offense this week. What I'm trying to say is, I don't know.
Nobody knows.
The line on this game is Eagles by 7. The way that these NFC East games go, it always seems to be a little bit closer, especially with that road team overperforming a little bit. I kind of think that the Eagles win a close one. Touchdowns a lot.
I'm going to be ballsy and predict a push. Eagles by exactly 7.
You can't predict a push.
Sure I can.
You gotta take.
I'm predicting a push.
It's an NFC East game. What's going to happen is neither team's going to want to win this. Just like you saw in the Giants vs. Cowboys. Neither team wanted that win.
And Sunday Night Football is, oh boy, Seahawks at Packers. Battle of NFC heavyweights. Have these teams faced each other recently?
No, they're gonna have to really dig for storylines on this one.
There's
Not a lot of
teams,
history.
I think this is their first time facing off.
Both are expansion teams, new this year, right?
Okay, so let's talk about week 1 results. Obviously, Seahawks lost a weird back and forth game in St. Louis. Green Bay beat the Bears as we all expected there. But definitely some holes in both teams' defense. The Seahawks definitely missed Cam Chancellor still. Green Bay gave up a lot of yardage to Matt Forte.
Marshawn Lynch is going to just slice and dice all through them all day.
I'm a little bit worried for the Packers, and I'm showing compassion for Packers fans who feel the same way about the NFC Championship game as I do about the Super Bowl. We have the same hurt. We have the same hurt.
And Phil Mary, don't sleep on that.
That was a regular season Monday night game that eventually kept the Packers out of the playoffs.
Well, they made it. But
Oh, they made the playoffs. Yeah. Oh, well, now we ruined that take.
sorry.
Yeah, you joke monster.
Stats say,
Stop ruining my jokes.
according to math, that joke is wrong.
The Seahawks have a terrible offensive line. They have a really, really bad offensive line.
What if they trade Jimmy Graham for a sinner?
No take backs. I think that the line on this game is Green Bay by 4. I think that's just enough for me to take the Seahawks to cover. As much as I think the Packers will win this game, the Seahawks have a knack of keeping things close. I think it's going to be an 0-2 start for my beloved Seahawks. What do you think, Alex?
Line shift from 3 to 4 is huge, but I'll still reluctantly take the Packers.
Monday Night Football is Jets at Colts. Really, NFL? The Jets in primetime in week 2. That's ballsy.
They didn't have a lot of time to put the schedule together. They always left scrambling, and the season's out of nowhere. There's no reason, they're like, oh, the Jets might be good then, right?
Playing the Browns in week 1 will make you think that. So the Jets look very good dismantling the Browns 31-10.
And they were going against a helicopter at quarterback.
Let's just keep telling jokes about concussions. That is super, super nice of us.
I'm not a doctor. If I was a doctor, then I would be an asshole. It's like McCown's gonna be watching. He's not supposed to be looking at bright screens.
A tale of two teams with different records, 1-0 versus 0-1, who looked very different in week 1 against very different competition. The Browns are slightly not as good as the Bills, at least defensively. The Colts will be licking their wounds from the head stomping they took in Buffalo. Can you lick a head stomping wound?
I think Andrew Luck can. Anyway.
I can lick it. I've got very good tongue dexterity. The Jets offense kind of looked okay. Ryan Fitzpatrick, serviceable. Occasionally serviceable.
Stanford versus Harvard.
Oh my gosh!
This is Ivy. You're welcome, ESPN.
Man.
Who's now going to be talking about that.
Stanford and Harvard quarterbacks. Oh man, Gregg Easterbrook's a wet dream. On the real though, this Todd Bowles defense is going to look kind of similar to the Bills defense that blitzed Andrew Luck relentlessly in week 1. I do think that the Jets have enough of a running game and the Colts don't have enough of a run defense to make that 7.5-point spread worthy of taking the Colts. Yeah, I'm taking the Jets and the points there.
I'm gonna give the points. Colts will win big.
Colts will win big. All right. I'm taking the Jets to cover. What am I doing? Thanks as always to our friends at OddsShark for providing the lines. Remember, gamble responsibly, which is to say, don't gamble.
Lots. Gamble lots. The more you gamble, the better chance you have to win.
That math does sound. I don't know if I can argue with that.
I think that's what I heard my dad said as he was driving away.
Hey, thanks for watching Uffsides. Enjoy the games. We'll see you next week.